Welcome to the Lake of Quotes. Subscribe my channel and hit on the bell icon.
From the first human being and prophet Adam, peace be upon him, to the last prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him, the message to mankind has not changed. Worship God, the only true God, and follow his prophets' examples. Every prophet was sent by God to mankind to deliver a simple message, that God is one. In the Bible, Mark chapter 12 verse 29, Jesus, peace be upon him, said, "The message of Islam remains the same, worship God alone and follow his messengers, as it was from the first human being." Allah promises us in the Quran that the Quran was written down during the life and times of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Not only did that ensure its survival after the Prophet's life, the Quran was also memorized by hundreds and thousands of people, and it was spread word for word throughout Arabia. According to lost Islamic history, those who had heard verses from the Prophet would go and spread them to tribes far away, who would also memorize them. In this way, the Quran achieved a literary status known among the Arabs as mutawatir. Mutawatir means that it was so vastly disseminated to so many different groups of people, who all had the same exact wording. Source: every word, letter and even every pause of the Quran has been passed down and remains the same till this day, over 1400 years after its revelation. Allah promises us in the Quran that mankind was given logic and intellect for a reason. God would never ask us to set it aside when it comes to faith and belief in Him. Without the use of our intellect, faith is rendered weak. God knows that man needs proof in order to have deeper faith. Even Abraham, peace be upon him, asked God to give him a sign so his faith could be firm. And God did so through the birds Abraham trained and called back to himself after their death. God also provides such proof in Islam. The Quran presents reasoning and encourages people to think about the signs of creation and the signs of the Quran. And many of these signs come in the form of scientific miracles. Some of the proofs of Islam are only now being discovered as humankind makes scientific discoveries. Some of these scientific proofs include: the seas don't mingle with one anyo. This is called the halopline phenomenon and was discovered only in the late 19th century, at the very earliest, 13 centuries after the revelation in the Quran. Until then it was believed that the seas were just one homogeneous, free-flowing body. Because of the physical force called surface tension, the waters of neighboring seas do not mix. Caused by the difference in the density of their waters, surface tension prevents them from mingling with one another, just as if a thin wall were between them. The expansion of the universe at the beginning of the 20th century, the only view in the scientific community was that the universe was fixed in size and infinite in existence. However, modern research has revealed that the universe in fact had a beginning and that it constantly expands. A fact that was ʻɪs̆laːm.
The verse states that mountains perform the function of preventing shocks in the earth, lest it should shift. This fact was not known by anyone at the time the Quran was revealed. It was brought to light only recently as a result of the findings of modern geological research. The mountains play a similar role to a nail or peg firmly holding down a tent. For example, Mount Everest, the summit of which stands approximately 9 kilometers above the surface of the earth, has a root deeper than 125 kilometers. Andre Caillot and J. Moody Stewart, Anatomy of the Earth, McGraw-Hill Companies, 1968, 220. Similarly, mountains extend to the surface layer, joining lines on and below the surface, and nail these together. By fixing the Earth's crust, they prevent any sliding over the magma layer or among the layers. Scientific facts discovered only recently but mentioned in the Quran in the 7th century. These are just a few scientific evidences in the Quran. Check out Mission Islam for more. Mission Islam.